into the box for Thompson. Thompson's tripped up. Is anybody else looking at it? Apparently the answer is no.
I don't understand this. I don't.
Welcome to Instant Replay, presented by Cheez-It for MLS Week 14. I'm Andrew Wiebe, as always, with Charlie Davies. Do the honors, Chuck D.
Let's go.
And go we shall. LAFC San Jose, 3-2, black and gold. 61st minute, Tommy Thompson pushing his way into the penalty area. And it looks like he might have got pushed down, tripped down, kicked in the back of the leg, something, Charlie. But there is no penalty kick awarded by referee Ismail Elfaf. What do you think?
I think he does have a good case of a penalty here, because if you look closely, there's the step from Latif Blessing right on the heel of Tommy Thompson. But this is where it gets interesting. To me, it seems that he leaps forward and hits Arango, and I think just because he's launching himself forward, that takes away from the initial call. So I understand why they didn't call a penalty, but I think there is a good case for Tommy Thompson to have a pen.
Yeah, good case, Charlie. In my opinion, it is clear and obvious. That action after the step by Latif Blessing, I think you can throw that right out. He gets stepped on by Blessing. It's non-negligible. I think that's what starts to take him down, and Chicho Arango comes in. Even if Thompson wanted to stay on his feet throughout that period, I don't think it was possible for him to do so. In my opinion, that should have been a penalty kick. All right, speaking of heel steps, let's go to Seattle. 32nd minute, Jordan Morris in behind, and whoop, down he goes. But is it a penalty kick? It was not called on the field, and it was not sent for video review. And you know who was frustrated about that? Sounders supporters. My mentions filled up, and here's my take, which is complicated by what I said about the Tommy Thompson play. I can understand why referee Rosendo Mendoza does not call a penalty on this play. Both players played through. Even watching the first time and on replay, the contact wasn't obvious to me until it was slowed down into slow motion. So that shifts responsibility to VAR Edwin Jurasevich, and I can understand why Jurasevich didn't send this down to Mendoza to take another look at. Remember, it has to be clear and obvious. Both players play through the contact. You could argue that this is incidental and that the degree of contact is not enough for a clear and obvious error. I tend to fall on this side. Watching slow motion, I think it's a penalty. Morris's heel got stepped on. But if you're refereeing this live, I completely understand why it was a no call. And if you're the VAR, I can also understand why you say, you know what, I see incidental, I don't see enough contact, I don't see clear and obvious, so no review. This is a tough one, and it definitely falls in the opinion of the referee category. Galaxy, Austin, 2nd minute. So early. Kevin Cabral in on that right channel. Oh boy, little trip up here, Charlie, from Zan Kolmanic. Is this a penalty? Is it a foul for you? That's what was called on the field by Rubio Vasquez.
Of course it's a foul. Kevin Cabral is in on a breakaway and gets his feet taken out from under him. Regardless if this was accidental, this is a penalty. You cannot take a player's feet from underneath him. Well done by the officiating crew on this one.
And well done by the officiating crew in the 36th minute as well. Shout out to Jose Carlos Rivas, the VAR in this game. Chicharito scores a goal. He's celebrating the Galaxy at home. Rah, rah, yeah, yeah. Little P, Javier Hernandez. But wait, here's what Jose Carlos Rivas spotted. Yep, you can see it too, folks, right there as we slow it down. Chicharito handles that ball. And when you, in the act of scoring a goal, gain control of the ball in any way by using your hand, that is an automatic handball, no goal. Well done by this referee crew on that one. All right, I got the rock like James Harden. I'm not giving it back to you, Charlie. 71st minute, New England, Philadelphia. I've already heard what you think about this Jack Elliott handball. It wasn't called on the field by referee John Freeman, but Jeff Gamble, the VAR, flagged him. He went to the monitor, did Freeman, and he called a penalty kick. And in my opinion, that is absolutely correct. I heard you on the broadcast, Chuck, saying that, look, Jack Elliott's got a lot of gangle to him. His coefficient of gangliness is very high. I get that. He's trying to balance himself all Gumby-like. But you cannot have your arm in that position as a defender in the penalty area. You are taking a risk. It is not a natural position. The arm was moving toward where the ball was, and it's outstretched. For me, well done by the referee crew to call that a handball and a PK. All right, how about this Jairo Torres goal in Toronto, Chicago? 55th minute. Look down the line, Charlie. Is it clear and obvious to you that this is offside? The goal was allowed live, but Jose Carlos Rivas gets in the ear of Guido Gonzalez Jr., the referee, and says, hey, this is clear and obvious. Jairo Torres is offside. Is it clear and obvious to you, Charlie?
It is clear and obvious to me. I'm surprised that the AR didn't have his flag up because it looked like he was in good position. But looking at this line, I'd say there are 2 to 3 Chicago Fire players in an offside position, including Jairo Torres.
Gotta agree with you there. And I gotta agree with the referee crew on the 68th minute PK foul on Pozuelo, the spotting of which was found via video review by Jose Carlos Rivas once again. Pozuelo's foot is in the penalty area. Federico Navarro, I don't know what you're doing. You lowered the shoulder. You charged through him. That is a foul. It's not a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. Well done for me on that call.
Not even a question. Jose Carlos Rivas is on fire for this week.
Remember, all those video assistant referees are down in Atlanta. That's why you're hearing Jose Carlos Rivas' name for how many times? I don't know. Okay, we end with this one. Atlanta-Columbus afters Thiago Almada. What are you doing, man? You cannot run into the referee. You cannot contact them this way. Joe Dickerson has no choice. He pulls out the red card. But, Charlie, the real entertainment value here comes from Aiden Morris, who's like a brother who sees his brother get caught by mom and dad and smiles and says, "What are you doing?" They're always going to get you there.
You can't touch an official. You can't bump an official. No matter how mad you are, be mad at your team's performance. Don't be mad at the referee. For me, yes, you're automatically getting a red card and a suspension.
Absolutely right, Charlie. Do not touch the referee. That is more than just manners. It's what's right. For those of you who play in an adult league or youth league or just play pickup or whatever it have you, do not touch the referees. Respect them, okay? Oh, we have a final submission here coming in late. I'm checking my Twitter feed. Yes, we're going in the time machine back to June 18th, 2011. We've got a fine gentleman here who wants Charlie Davies to comment on, oh boy, Charlie, this is a face plant. It's a dive. It looks like a little kid who's never gone off the diving board and just falls off straight forward. What do you have to say for yourself?
All I have to say is I wasn't even trying to dive. I wasn't trying to win a penalty. You can see my face. When I heard the whistle below for a pen pointing at the spot, I was like, oh my God, for real? And Chris Merritt said, hey, you're my boy. You got to tell the referee that this is not a catch. You just got to do it. And I said, yeah, about that. Sorry.
That's about the time you see Charlie here, and let us see this on replay here over and over and over. Get the two-handed high five to Fred. You weren't even thinking about telling the referee nothing, Charlie.
Nope. If I could go back in time, things would be different. But at that moment, I was taking the goal.
All right, whatever you say, Charlie. Let's go to the judges on this one. Oh boy, I'm seeing 10s down the line. That is, folks, what we would call a dive. Big thanks to our producer, Richard Hernandez, and our editor, Dan Hilton. For Charlie Davies, I'm Andrew Wiebe. We'll see you next time.